Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jackson's Math Notebook. This is our second video in a series of videos related to the art of subtraction. And here we're going to explore two ways, and then you can see which way you can wrap your mind around, the way that is best for you. And we can take a look at subtraction without borrowing, and we can look at borrowing over the zeros. Let's take a look at subtraction without borrowing to see if that's a method you may like. Did you know that 1000 is just simply a way of saying 999 plus 1? Well, we're going to use that in this example because some of us may or may not like borrowing, so let's give it a try. So we have 1000 minus 367. And so if we take a look at our arrow and see where it's pointed at, it is the same as saying, let's say, 999 minus 367, provided we add a 1 to our answer. And as you can see right here, it's pretty easy to subtract 367 from 999 because 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 6 is 3, and 9 minus 3 is 6. But let's not forget, let's add that 1 back to the answer, just like you see here, in which we have 632 plus 1 will give us 633. Well, you may not believe that. It may sound too good to be true, so let's try it when we borrow over the zeros. And so let's do that, and let's see how we arrived at 633 right here. And so if you remember from a previous video, we borrow from the number that is bigger than the bottom, and 1 is the only number that is bigger than its lower number, which is actually nothing. And so we're going to have to borrow from that 1 and turn it into a 0 because we're going to unselfishly give that 1 to this 0 here over 3. But the unselfishness has to continue because this 10 is going to have to give 1 to the 0, that is over 6. And so we have 10 right here, but we're not done yet because this 10 has to give 1 to this 0. So that 10 can, that we could take 7 away from that 10. So this 10, we're going to give 1 to that, make it a 9 first. Then we'll make this 0 a 10. And as you can see right here, 10 minus 7 will give us 3. 9 minus 6 will give us 3. 9 minus 3 will give us 6. So as you can see, both ways work. You could pick the way that you want. One of the things you should realize about math is that there's more than one way to feed a bird, right? There's more than one way to perform a given operation to arrive at the same answer. And let's take a look at our bottom row of numbers in which we have this situation right here. And to ask you a question, did you know that 2000 is the same as saying 1999 plus 1? Well, let's use that 1999 because we don't really want to borrow today. And so we have 2000 minus 749, and let's take a look where our arrow points. Yes, and it points to the 1999 minus 749. And just remember that when we get our answer here, we have to add 1 back to it. And we know that 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 4 is 5, 9 minus 7 is 2, and we just bring down the 1 because 1 minus nothing is 1. And now we have 1,250 plus 1, which will give us 1,251. So 2,000 minus 749 will give us 1,251. Okay, now if you don't trust that method, okay, let's look and see if we can borrow over the zeros, in which we have, again, 2,000 minus 749, and let's follow our arrow, and let's work out the problem. And remember, we're going to borrow from the number that is bigger than its bottom. And as you can see, 2 is bigger than nothing, but we're going to have to borrow from that 2, as you see right here, to give 1 to the 0, but we're not finished. We have to continue the process all the way through. And let's do that. And as you can see right here, it's going to make itself work. And so right now we have a 10 minus 9, which will give us 1, a 9 minus 4, which will give us 5, a 9 minus 7, which will give us 2, and a 1 minus 0 will give us 1, and our answer is 1,251. Go ahead and give these methods a try for yourself, or you can pause the video and take a look at it just to see how well you do on problems like this, or just replay the video as many times you need to gain a deeper understanding of this concept. But don't worry, more videos are on the way. But in the meantime, please comment, share, like, and subscribe to Jackson's Math Notebook for a growing list of content. Thank you and goodbye.